I'm gonna play the devil's advocate a little bit here, just for argument's sake. What if at some point Capcom and the Tekken team decided that they didn't want to play by Mortal Kombat's rules anymore? And when I say that, Mortal Kombat, as S Rank said last spot, and we agreed with, Mortal Kombat's roster by definition is defined by its story. It's defined by this character. And not granted, yes, people revive in Mortal Kombat all the time, right? That's also death is just another portal, right? That's the quote they always have in those games. But a lot of the story is predicated by who survives and who doesn't, right? Noob Saibot's origin story predicates him beyond dying, essentially, or coming close to death, or whatever the case may be. What if at some point, at the end of Street Fighter 5, going to Street Fighter 6, the end of Tekken 7, going to Tekken 8, they're like, we don't want to be limited or restricted to the story defining who makes the roster. Because again, you have June in this game, and she might as well be a vision in the story. She has no fights. She plays no part in the game whatsoever other than to give, Jin angel powers. And yet she's a playable character. So to that you say?
Well, to be honest, bro, it's just I'm tired. I'm tired. Like I really just want to see like, all right, are you gonna take this story seriously? Because to be honest, bro, and to bring in some emphasis on Mortal Kombat is we're seeing the drawback of this story of being drawn out for too long.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mortal Kombat is technically on its second reboot. And we're
Mm-hmm.
seeing the overhaul of decisions that are being made is to compensate that, yeah, we're still here. So my thing for Street Fighter and Tekken is just like, bro, where is this going? Where is this going? So I mean, yeah, Street Fighter technically didn't give us no real story this
Mm-hmm.
round. So everybody just got to buy these characters and clap their hands. But then at least Tekken has given us some form of a cinematic story. I do kind of feel like Tekken story from what they shared in the trailer, it's kind of like leftover elements. Like, for example, you could tell Lydia is a main character in the story and is about like Heihachi killing her father. Now, that was in her bio information for Tekken 7. But then my thing about it is, I kind of just felt like, all right, so Heihachi was already dead by that time. But I just kind of feel like you're using leftover elements that probably would have made sense in that game.
Yeah, but don't you think it's also them trying to course correct one of the complaints that we've given these games of like, if this character's still alive, what are they doing? Like they are like to some degree, like that is what Tekken's doing. Like, hey, this character is still alive, and this is what they were doing during this time.
So to speak, man.
Yeah,
I was just annoyed.
that's why I'm asking these questions,
I
bro.
really
I'm
was.
asking these.
I
We
was
can't
really
critique them, and when they
annoyed,
give us what
bro.
we want, we get mad and not defend
It's
it.
like, bro, y'all just reneged like a game of spades, bro. And it's just like, wow. And it's the simple fact of the matter is, like, the marketing is there. People are already sold, man. They're already
Mm,
sold just by this trailer alone. Like, yes, technically, yes, Faku Ramen and Marduk, they are coming. People have even said that for, yeah, they may be in the data mines, but that's not determining which season that they are involved in.
true.
Now, the fourth character, I am a bit curious now because if you're launching this story DLC, which is supposed to, have the four characters of the first season involved, who is the last character?
Mm.
Now, and I'll be honest with you, bro, and they probably might do this just because I do not want to see a Devil Reina. I do not. I do not. I do not. I just kind of feel like, all right, it's like, all right, bro, we already had to deal with, Jin and Vegito Jin, but it's just like, but then the fact is, you had some of Devil Jin's moves with Basic Jin. I was like, why can't you just fuse them like you did with his father? But whatever.
Because money, Tim. Come on, because
No, bro.
the SH figure art is not going to sell itself if she doesn't
It,
have a full
it,
character design.
nah, bro. It's that is just poor. That is just poor to me, bro. I mean, yeah, like it's like I want to see it to I want to see it to the end, and then like how you said, how like you said, at the end of whatever season pass that this may go up to, This might be a whole different game by the time of that end of that cycle. So we'll see. But it's just like, wow. So now, story wise, to be honest, you just kind of got to look at fighting games as mindless now. And that's the part that I don't like.
No, yeah, that's gonna hurt it. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's gonna hurt it.
Yeah.
So they
But
can't. They
that's why I
can't.
asked that.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'll give my 2 cents after if you
No,
don't.
yeah, no, you go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I I found out through the message when I saw Tim, I saw the vein. Tim forming the Renegon. You feel me? The complete Renegon. The shot, what's it called? With the yellow one? Yo, I was reading, I said, no, there's no way. They playing? Nah, Tim playing. So I said, nah, wait, Tim is serious. I'm reading because I'm seeing Ant just chuckle. I'm already seeing you chuckle while you're texting with glee, right? Because now, it's a setup, right? Because Bison did it, and now you got Tekken like following suit. Do these guys talk to each other in a lunchroom?
They
Because
do.
a lot of
They do.
because if you look at Heihachi's design, he looks just like Goken.
And Tekken looks at Street Fighter like Big Bro. I'm gonna say that once you're done with your point. It's sad.
Yo, wow, my goodness. But yeah,
Go ahead. Yeah,
so
go ahead.
so now I go to see the actual trailer. I said, wait, there's no way. He already made a school? How many years he's been dead? I'm like,
No, but you
homie,
remember,
homie
what Raven
already got a school kid?
No, but remember what Raven said. It's already been a couple of months, like 2 to 4 months. Like that's how the time skip is. It's only like 2 to 4 months. So you mean to tell me within this time? I mean, especially after what he did with the whole satellite. So you mean to tell me this dude is just able to build a school with what money? With what money?
Or unless he's a student. He's a student
He
now.
might be a student. And but if we're gonna nitpick that, Jin, the terrorist, was allowed to participate in a worldwide martial arts competition. You can't pick and
Yeah,
choose.
You see, and that's what I'm saying, bro. Like
That's
they're starting
crazy.
to do,
Global terrorist was allowed
That's
to
crazy.
they're starting to do a lot of mindless things, bro. It's just kind of like, oh, bro, this starting to get a little bit too campy right
Yeah,
now.
no, yeah.
Because you mean to tell
Like,
me Kazuya is the only voice of reason here? Like, oh, hey, yeah, you good now?
yeah, that's crazy.
I
So,
mean,
so when
Kazuya also absorbed a demon on national television, and nobody said anything.
nobody
I
said
mean,
a
but
thing.
you expected that of Kazuya, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
but Kazuya is like, no, well, I didn't go start a war around the world just to summon this dude.
Fair.
Yeah,
But Esper,
yeah.
go ahead. You just said.
Man, I think they thought they could get away by just mentioning Kazuya being aware. Hey, you know, you did it first.
Right.
Oh, okay, I'll accept it. All right.
Oh, two terrorists. The terrorist family.
Yeah, they thought. Yeah, three.
You know, you're
Three.
right. You're right. Hey,
Three, right? Heihachi owns the tournament and is also a PMC, private military. Now you can rival Snake.
Yeah.
He can rival Snake, Solid Snake, Big Boss. I wouldn't be surprised if Big Boss makes an appearance to stop Snake, to stop
goodness.
Heihachi. Oh, that'll be a ridiculous storyline, y'all boys.
I mean,
but
here.
Anyway, yeah, we here. We already here. We already here.
Hey, how'd you crawl out the volcano? Why not? Right?
Yeah, well, Snake saved him right before you fell in the volcano. I managed to get a Fulton recovery.
Right.
Full-time recovery unit took about. Well, Kazuya was busy fighting Akuma, so yeah. Anyway, so I saw the trailer and I was just like, dog, how much money? This man got Gotham money. like Batman money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yo, I'm like, okay, either he's a part. I'm under the impression that he's a part of a school. You know, that warrior's journey. He's probably
It's a
trying to figure himself out.
redemption,
Yeah,
like-
it's a redemption. And then he probably go like, you know what, man? Nah, I'm Heihachi. You feel me? So I'm trying to see because his hair is down.
He looks
You feel me?
younger.
He looks young. He does look younger. So I'm under the impression that they probably did the rejuvenating. We probably might be introduced to a new villain.
It's too early to say though, right? Because we already
Yeah.
had our theories about MK, and it was just like, you know, we had an older looking, definitely an older looking Takeda in that promotion, and it was like, oh no, just kidding, retcon. So
Yeah,
it could
He's a
change. Before
cousin.
yeah. before he's revealed.
Right. So I'm looking at and they didn't show any fighting gameplay, so we definitely can assume they could check that too. So now I'm looking at this, right? I'm like, with Bison didn't anger me so much because I didn't feel he was going to be the focal point of a villain again. I still felt, because playing the story mode or not hearing the story mode, he wasn't a major. He's not interested in the things that Bison does, even after absorbing his full consciousness, I would assume. So Bison is kind of just like, you know what? He's basically being reborn. He might be neutral character this time around, and that's why, okay, this version of Bison, he's not going to build Shadow Lu again. All right, I'm not as mad. You know, it didn't bother me as much because I didn't believe that he was done from the Street Fighter ending, because he turned blue. He absorbed Ryu's a perfect key, oneness key, emptiness,
Genki
nothingness.
Hadouken that
Genki, you know what I'm saying? And he just laughed it off. But I didn't think he was dead. Look at how Charlie came back. That was wild.
I mean, they turned him to Zombie Man. Yeah, he's Zombie Man.
He was literally from, you know. So back to what I was experiencing, and then I saw the trailer and I was like, wait, no, Heihachi's alive. I'm like, so Raven, Master Raven, Grand Raven. What's the point of your organization? Yeah, you like Vic. You know what I'm saying? But at this, it's crazy. So what? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I can't wait to see that story more. It's free too, so I'm gonna play it. But Heihachi Mishima coming back. I was like, man, I know that they kind of discussed that they did this because of the 30th anniversary. They were like, man, you know, we probably made a mistake.
And Harada even said, I intended to keep him dead.
I intended to keep him dead, but I realized I started to miss him, and the staff, man, we miss Heihachi. I'm like, guys, if y'all do this, y'all better give us the most Shakespearean battle of all time, because either he's not leaving anymore. Y'all doing all this, and y'all made him younger. He's here to stay. So it kind of like makes the storyline not as that's what kind of made Tekken 7 story mode, you know, the boom factor.
Well,
and it was like a peaceful. It was like, it was a very satisfying ending. Yeah, very satisfying ending. Bro. Extremely satisfying.
I will say that this starts to have the Frieza effect on both these franchises. And for people who are watching and listening who don't get the reference, in Dragon Ball Super, they bring back Frieza. Frieza was one of the most iconic villains in Dragon Ball history. And each time he's been brought back, his status as like the villain gets worse and worse and worse. He's still Frieza. The personality is still there. He's still the character we know, but his impact just gets less and less and less. And I do feel like, after like laughing and, kind of getting the jokes part out, like I do think like, I wonder if this starts to open the door of diminishing returns as far as like what Tim said, which is a fair point of like, are we getting to a point now where all of these things story-wise are meaningless, right? Is the point of these two franchises now to just tread water, right? Give you the same familiars for the next 10 years. And regardless of what happens in the story, this person will be here.
No, I don't think that's going to... I think our voices are going to speak loud. I don't think it's going to go that route. Because, to be honest with you, fighting games, I got into Tekken because of the story.
Which is amazing, because I could not follow the story for at least the first 5 games, personally.
Yeah, I could. But yeah, I got in for the story. Now, the gameplay keeps you. Like, these things are ecosystems. You can't technically have one without the other, man. You know? You're like, yeah, okay, I got to... You can, but I'm telling you, man. Like,
it worked for a decade for both franchises.
With what? Not having a solid
story. Yeah, Street Fighter treaded water for at least more than 10 years.
Yeah, but Street Fighter's fan base is kind of different, right? I think with Tekken, bringing back Heihachi versus bringing back with Heihachi is more of he's one of the it's like, who do you have after Aizen?
He's Frieza.
Yeah,
he's Frieza.
How do you have?
It's the Frieza effect, bro. and people they're just scared to really move on, bro. And that's the part that has me such angry because I did kind of feel like they were doing a solid job with building a story, like outside of this character. Like you were tying up some loose ends. There's no more Devil Gene, but not so fast. Here's another Devil Gene, but then who's the mysterious girl? And it's like, bro, come on, like where do you see this going? And then that's why I said, to myself, like, bro, like they've gotten to the point where literally Street Fighter Five basically had a 20% story,
Yeah.
and it's like that goes to show you, bro, they did not know what to do.
Well, Street Fighter storyline is more is in a worse state. They didn't have anything to. You know what I'm saying? It's Tekken is more at you can follow it. You can follow the Tekken story. Street
It's,
Fighter, you can't. You don't know what's going on in Street Fighter.
yeah, because it's the typical Capcom formula. Oh, four is technically part two. Part five is technically part one. Oh, like, bro, did y'all not build a roadmap in y'all
No, they
heads?
No,
didn't. They
they,
did
they,
it. They
they
did.
didn't.
They did
They
not.
didn't.
Right.
They didn't.
They did not.
They didn't.
I think Tekken takes their story more serious because they see what's happening with Mortal Kombat, right? But Mortal Kombat, no. Listen. Mortal
Bro, I didn't
Kombat
know
fumbled.
that.
Mortal Kombat fumbled this one, so now they're like, yo, you know what? Let's not fumble the next one. Mortal
Wait,
Kombat destroy.
which bring
I've never seen a reboot
everything you
destroy
guys keep
themselves.
saying keep bringing me back to my question. Do you guys feel like maybe these two franchises are like, well, we're seeing what's happening in Mortal Kombat, how it's doing them more harm than good to let the story dictate their roster. Let's just tread water. Yeah, it's maybe not what people want to see lore wise, but at least we don't run into what they're running into over there, where they're on, sinking ship damage control for the next
How hard
3
is it to
years.
hire a writer? These stories aren't hard to write at all, man.
But this goes back. No, you're definitely right, and they're definitely moving into that direction. That's why I am saying, man, it is time to end these stories and to move on to something else, man. It is. It really is
Hmm.
time. It's time to move on to other IPs, spiritual successors. It is time to move on, bro. Because just like how and you said it, like when you start something new, there's so much space for you to grow. There's
Hmm.
so many things that you could try, like which we could go in, to the next topic of the Tekken reveal. Well, actually, was that? Yeah, that was after Evo. Yeah, but it's the simple fact of the matter is, I do feel like it is time for us to end these stories.
Hmm.
I do feel like it is time for them to like reach their final closing, and to press on and to move on to something else, man. It really is. Because with Street Fighter, I'm at the point I just want Akuma to win
I
whatever he
mean,
wants.
technically, hasn't he? Like him and Ryu never had that rematch, and clearly Ryu's
A
nothingness
bum,
led to
a
nothing.
bum, a
Yeah,
bum.
right. Like
He's a
it led to
bum.
nothing significant. So
He is a bum. He
Akuma's
is a
won in my eyes. Like that's my head
And
canon.
and it's crazy because it's like they don't want Ryu anymore. I don't know why you wouldn't want Ryu anymore, but okay, I'll accept it. Batsu is the best candidate for a replacement for Ryu.
Or just anyone else that is part of the Revel's youth. Like
They're
we
definitely not going to give it to Sean.
no
Not
no
anymore.
not Sean, but we say it all the time. You have Sakura, Yang, Yoon.
Yeah,
People love those characters.
yeah.
Do anything with them. Anything.
No.
They threw Yang and Yoon's cousin into the game. People like him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
And
like
but I mean, for me, it was like, yo, why didn't you just put Yang and Yun? Why put a third party in there out of nowhere? You know what I'm saying?
it's a little
just
weird.
These,
It's a
these
little
things
weird.
just don't like.
Yeah,
He could
it's a
have
little
been
weird.
Jamie should have been DLC.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
It's a little
A
weird.
lot of
for
this stuff
sure.
was just. I'm like, wait, so what? What?
Yeah.
So I think with the Tekken reveal, I was. Listen, I knew the Tekken. If you brought back Heihachi, nobody would complain. But for me, I'm like, I like Heihachi, right? I wouldn't have been mad if they gave him like DLC, but they treated him like a bonus character. I would have been okay. He has no story. He's just
He's
there.
just there.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You want Heihachi? Boom. Call it
Yeah.
a day.
Yeah,
I would have been okay with that. Maybe okay, give him a funny cutscene here and there, but that has no tie into the actual story.
right.
It would have.
Let
I
his
would have.
arcade ending be him having
Yeah,
dreams
like
in the afterlife or
or
something.
you
You
can
know, like
yeah, or you can unlock him. You feel me? Or you can unlock him. And for me, it's just like I'm worried and I'm not worried because I feel like it's gonna go two ways. Because I'm like, yo, your story's pointless. Well, I'm not gonna. Yeah, we don't play it because your story's pointless. Your story doesn't go anywhere. And if you're a company, you're like, oh well, dang, we probably gotta. Because you can make your story great. Look at Tekken Force, make it work. You could do it. You could make that DLC and people. You talking about you want to bring in more casuals. The casuals play for the story, believe it or not.
I
Like I'm
mean,
getting
but
Mortal,
they are including story, and
and
we can
when you
put our
make,
closing
but the thing
arguments on
is,
this.
even
We'll
with
close
the,
arguments,
yeah,
but
you're including story, but where's the story gonna go?
who
The
knows?
resurrection of Heihachi, or Heihachi's resurrected, but now we have a bigger threat.
Yeah,
I hope so, right?
I
If you bring back Ogre, then I'm gonna be like, man, hey,
like I said, it could be the era of diminishing returns. It could be. I'm
man,
not. Again, I'm
I
not.
I think
I'm always
I
for
think
like new, fresh ideas, but I think that
yeah,
we might be here with this
I
franchise. We
think
might.
I think they should introduce. Um, I'm just saying, if this is the best case scenario, because we obviously not going to get what we want. They introduce Kazumi's family because it
I
doesn't
mean,
make any sense.
there have been hints about that,
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make any
that
sense.
is something that I would like to know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make any sense, guys. Like, you mean
Which
they
is
just
would be
like
great if you moved away from the Mishima storyline. But go ahead, Frank.
and no. Here's what you do: you leave away from the Mishima storyline. You give people a break. And then you end it all. You feel me? And then you end it all to get tired. So that way everybody wins. That's the only way I would fix a mistake if they would have hired me. Hey, uh, SSS rank, we want you to come on board and fix our storyline. How would you fix MK? Number one, I'd kill Havoc the second chapter and introduce the
We're
Rebel
about to get to Mortal
because
Kombat in a
my
second,
goodness,
but Tekken.
th- yeah, I feel like it can go two ways because one, it's not okay. Bringing back Heihachi, you got one person out the way, right? But it didn't overall stop the story of um of Tekken. So that's just me analyzing truly. Now, second thing is, okay, I was gonna focus on it. I was under the impression it was gonna focus on Kazuya and Jin, and it
Which,
got there.
yeah.
And so now, what's gonna happen now that they don't have no devil genes? I think it's gonna come back. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping it'll be interesting if they never get it back. That'd be fire.
It'd be better if they never get it back, personally.
It'd be
But
better if they never
yeah,
get it back. But I'm if Ogre comes back, what do you think is gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? The Mishimas all absorb the power. Oh, I see it. I see the writing already, man. Hey, listen. If mark this date, if I get this right, Ogre comes back. The Mishimas come together and they beef all together as a family, and that's how the Mishima storyline ends. I need
to do the grandfather,
two
father, son,
hundred
electric fist.
electric fist. 200,000 subscribers. Give me 200,000 subscribers.
The
Place
family
this on the
lineage electric
Tekken.
fist.
I guess the story. I guess the story mode. Yeah, right. And then after they defeat Ogre, then you see a shadowy figure. The Mishima families have rise to power now in unity.
No,
And it's time for the
I don't
yeah.
want to
No,
hear.
no.
I don't want to see from no one
That,
emerge from the shadows. None of that. Nope.
that's what's gonna happen, kid. Then we go get our boy who's Grand Raven now. He said, "Yo, y'all ruined my resume. This time we gonna work with the Mishimas to get it out of there. Heihachi Mishima is alive, or they nuke him. I don't know. They bring back Master Raven. Best case scenario, it'd be crazy if Master Raven's the next character. Like, yo, y'all boys, they actually changed the data mine. They changed the data mine, but
Be a reach.